Good morning. I'm going to go over with you today ambushing, the basics of ambushing with a SMART team or combat tracking team or paramilitary team. What we used to do in combat tracking, still doing combat tracking if we have to do an ambush for whatever reasons, would be a spot ambush. At the Defense Force, we would do like area ambushes or ambush patrols, but we will go into them on some other day. But today we'll go over the basics of a spot ambush. And this is a building skill that you can use and build off of, and can go into area ambushes, ambush patrols, much more things, but you have to have a starting point when you have small teams. So let's get going. Well, let's go over why you would want to consider doing a spot ambush over the typical L ambush that everybody talks about, everybody tries to do. Well, the L ambush, a lot of problems you run into with small teams is you don't have enough men. The men get too spread apart. It's hard to pick good ground doing L ambush and in the woods or a bushy, all-terrain area. Basically, I've gone up against L ambushes before, and with small teams, and it never went well for the team trying to do the ambush. Like one time we went around, we was clearing the danger area, we eliminated 4 or 5 of them before they knew what was going on, and my recon team was gone. How do you do a spot ambush? Basically, you need to pick a good location that has opportunity that maybe the enemy will come by and you can ambush them. And when I mean ambush them, you might only get 1 or 2 of them. That's a good day if you get away and you guys take off down your escape route. Basically, an area that has good cover, concealment, you can have different escape routes on because you'll have to escape. Also, basically, if they try to clear the danger area, you have a way to escape and maybe get 1 or 2 of them. Basically, and you can have some bait. But when I mean bait, do not just leave like everybody wants to, leave something of value on the trail that you laid. That doesn't really work well against a well-trained team. I've seen it where they have done that, and my team just went around and we realized that A, they were trying to ambush us, or 2, somebody who we were tracking went through here, so let's be careful and we end up spoiling their ambush. Basically in a spot ambush, it can be 2 to how many guys you want to have and have with you. But they need to be all tied in good, all in visual contact with each other, and all have their area of fire. You also need to make sure that everybody knows who's going to start the ambush, and if you all compromise or they're trying to clear it, what to do. Well, what are your escape routes? Who peels first and who covers the other guys when they're peeling? Basically, there's all important things that you need to do in this. Let's go over here on the board, basically what a spot ambush, a typical spot ambush might look like. This is in the woods, you have a valley, you have a hill, you have escape route A, escape route B. Here is the tracking team that's following you. This is the track line, and you have them in a Y. This is the team that's being ambushed. Here, you put your team up here. They're in a good defensive position. The team leader has control. Basically, from here, they can ambush 1 or 2 of them, and that's a good day and get away. Or if they try to clear this hill, you probably get 1 or 2 of them, or at least 1 of them, and escape a different route. This is a typical way you would want to look at for terrain to do this. Actions of the men while doing this is keep down and alert. Camouflage is the key. Always be camouflaged in, have good camouflage. You need to protect yourself against thermal imaging, looking for heat. In some typical ways you can do that. We'll have a video on more about that in the future. Is you need leaves, objects in front of you to help block your heat. Also, get down low. That's less of a heat signature. Thirdly, if you can have some sunlight in front of you and heat up some trees in front of you, that'll turn red and that'll make your heat or kind of blend in with their heat. But you do not want to be in the sunlight, man. You want to stay out of sunlight. You just want that in front of you in the area between you and the ambushees, and that way it'll help block your heat signature. Let's go over the advantages and disadvantages of a tracker ambush, spot ambush. Advantage is, even if the enemy tries to clear your area, chances are you'll get one or two of them. If you put it in a good area, you'll have good cover and concealment. The team leader will have good control over his team. And if done properly, you pretty much will always get one or two of the guys, even if they try to clear you again. And you probably will get away without them even know what's really going on, in my experience. Disadvantages. You're only ambushing one spot, unless you're doing an area ambush. Also, the men tend to become bored and complacent after a while, so the team leader needs to stay on them and keep them alert in doing their jobs. Now, if you find this helpful or interesting, check us out at woodlinetracking.com, or if you're in Ohio, check out the Ohio Defense Force's great group of guys that you can learn a lot of this, and we do a lot of this type of training at the Defense Force, and more than just a spot ambush, into ambush patrols and aerial ambushes. So remember, time may go on, but your life may not. Enjoy.